Welcome, Kings and Queens, to another episode brought to you by us, the educators. I am Oba, and I'm here with my brothers.
Yo, Shabazz.
What's up with y'all? Facts over emotion, facts over feelings.
And we got a continuation in our division NBA standings in terms of lost players, returning players, new players, where we see the teams ending up next year. And the division we got is probably my favorite division, all of basketball.
Stacked with talent.
Stacked. And not just talent, I'm talking about we talking about elite superstar talent that's currently playing as high-level talent and future talent. Like, we got players like Ja, Luka, Kyrie, Zion,
Been healthy.
the Rockets boys. Please stop doing that to me, please. Oh, man. That hurts my soul every time I think about it. Every time. So, first off, we got the Dallas Mavericks. Right now, as you can see, Luka is in FIBA in the best shape of his life. I think he just gets a haircut, slim down a little bit, and then everybody loses their mind.
Bro, he be skinny. It's like he is skinny fat.
Yeah, he is.
Him being skinny fat is when he's in shape to everybody.
Yeah.
He's slim-ish.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's so in terms of players lost, the key players lost is Reggie Bullock. Who was in their trade?
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Dorian Finney-Smith was lost last year.
Yeah.
During the trade deadline. Who else? That was pretty much the main people.
I was about to say Reggie Bullock was the main.
Bullock,
Dorian Finney-Smith.
yeah, nobody else worth
too much,
mentioning. In terms of additions, through trade, through free agency, now we have Rashawn Holmes was in a trade where they were able to offload a bad contract and gain a valuable big man. Tim Hardaway returning. You say something? Bertans, that's the person.
Loss.
He's a loss because he's not a loss, but it's a good loss because of his contract.
Sure.
He didn't play no defense neither.
He barely even played. You know what I'm saying?
He's a shooter.
Yeah, so
He was breaking open shots, so I don't even want to call him a shooter.
at 6'10", too. But Jaden Hardy is going to be asked to have a bigger role this year. The 6'4" guard who was once upon a time the number one player, a top 2 player in the nation. We got Kyrie and Luka coming back together for a whole year. Derek Lively the second, who was the number 1 ranked player in the nation, but because the way Duke has so many random players, which are all 5-star, but they couldn't mesh, his draft stock took a hit. But he still averaged like 3 blocks. Then we got Grant Williams was a trade, 6'6", 240, can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Oliver Maxime Prosper is a 6'8" player from Marquette who's ready to play right now. He don't have a jump shot, but he can play right now. Dante Exum is returning to the NBA with a jump shot. And then you have Mike Miles Jr., who's a great player. Go look him up in college. He could be a good backup player in the future. And Seth Curry. So what are your thoughts on this new team, these new Mavericks this upcoming year?
I really like, the Grant Williams addition. And I already thought that Kyrie and Luka, because the combination of Kyrie and Luka, Kyrie already being the greatest finisher and ball handler and being efficient on top of that, mixing that with the generational type player that Luka is, in my mind, that's already a top 3 offense in the league.
Yep.
And that team, all I'm worried about is the defense, but adding Grant Williams, that was a big thing for them, or a big move for this team, because last year that was the main concern. What they're going to do in the defense. That was the worst defense in the league.
Yes.
With Kyrie and Luka on the floor. So Grant Williams, hopefully he can make a big difference.
It won't be a big difference. It's going to be by collection, by committee.
Sure.
Facts.
And I think the rookie edition they have Derek Lively Jr. Just for him to have the veteran presence, I can't believe I'm about to say this, of JaVale McGee, TC. I think that could take their defense to a different level.
Yes. And Derek Lively is already going to be a high-level shot blocker and alley-oop catcher, running big. So those 2 factors definitely going to help Kyrie and Luka. That's what they like throwing oops to. So where do you guys see this team finishing in that division?
In this division, I would say top 2, and mostly because they don't have any personality issues, at least that I believe, any real personality issues that they're going to have to deal with in terms of egos on the court.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the top 2 in the division.
What about you?
Yeah, I'd say top 2, top 3. With the Pelicans, it all depends. When healthy.
You know what's crazy? When y'all said that, in my mind, because you said not healthy, Dallas is the best team right now. Dallas, 25 games, Spurs and Rockets are not healthy enough.
We was gonna mention this a little later, but I like the Grizzlies pickup of D Rose and Marcus Smart. I think they could keep that ship afloat until Ja get back.
I feel you, but they're not gonna be third seed in the East and the West afloat. So
I don't think Dallas will be third in the West either.
Dallas would be higher than them.
Dallas was fourth without Kyrie.
Without Kyrie, and they had a win record when Kyrie came, and then they backed out of the play-in. Like they were trying to lose on purpose the last 4 games.
Trying to get that pick for sure.
Yeah, so I see them having a higher ceiling because think about all the players in the draft between Dallas and Memphis. Dallas is going to have at least 3 or 2 players that you're going to pick first. And that's in the superstar league. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with y'all, though. Top 2 minimum in the conference, unless barring injury. The next thing we have, the Memphis Grizzlies. A very interesting team.
The Infrared Reds.
A very interesting team. So Ja's going to be gone for 25 games. On top of the fact that they weren't already an elite team to begin with. So now with everybody coming back healthy in the whole Western Conference.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck the Grizzlies, bro. They the reason I shame I did.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, you should never give them that confidence. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say against Lakers and LeBron, too.
Yeah,
that's a bold take.
I don't understand how you made that.
That was definitely a bold take. The Grizzlies, their roster, like you said, they were never an elite team, even when fully healthy last year at their best. They were never a top 2-3 team, really, in the West. At no point with Ja as their best player. And it's not a knock on Ja, because he's definitely an elite top 15, top 20 player. They got Jaren Jackson, and the new additions, but the West is so stacked.
So stacked. And you already said the players they added. You said Marcus Smart, Derrick Rose. Now, Isaiah Todd was in the trade. I can't remember what trade he was in.
I think he was part of the 3-team deal with Bill and the Suns and all.
Okay, that's it. Okay. So outside of that, they didn't really add nothing. They're requiring that Steven Adams was hurt last year.
Yeah.
Brandon Clark was hurt last year. Now the other 2 things is that Kenneth Lofton Jr., Jake LaRavia, and what's his name, David Roddy, are 3 power forwards that are uniquely skilled and shaped. Pause. When I say that, they're all 6'7", between 6'7", 6'9", all almost like from 250 to 300, and they all could dribble, pass, rebound, shoot, which is rare already at their size. So if those 3 players make a jump, and this is one thing I was saying with Jaren Jackson, is that Jaren Jackson had to grab some rebounds, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
If he grabs some rebounds with his defense, I don't really need him to drop 20 a game.
Bro's career rebound average is like 6.5.
Bro, like the blocks is cool, but you ain't boxing nobody out. You ain't creating no possessions for yourself. You ain't getting no offensive boards.
And bro, when you look at the statistics that show you how much space Steven Adams clears out, it makes it even more sad on Jaren Jackson.
That's why he, as you see in the later in the season and in the playoffs, he wasn't grabbing no rebounds because Steven Adams wasn't there.
Facts. And he's not used to boxing out. Because I used to watch him at Michigan State, and he's never really a box out player. Even though he plays down low, he's just not.
Like, for real, he's a 6'11" version of a 3-and-D guy, for real.
Yes, great.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Like, his dad was 6'5", shooter / forward.
Yep.
So like he kind of follow in his dad's footsteps. He just.
That's actually a great way to break it down. But I do think he has potential to be a better center than he is.
Not for sure.
But you said it perfectly. That's literally.
And I think we view him as a center, but I think he wants to be a forward.
And that's the thing where it's like, I'm not knocking that, but as a 4-year guard rebound.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure.
But I feel you on that because AD is the person who I tell people this all the time, that AD's not really a power forward center for real. He's a small forward.
Yeah.
Who don't mind grabbing boards, but
who played point guard until he got too
and not even point guard, he played shooting guard.
Okay.
So he wasn't even like a playmaking guy. He was just a shoot first, I just can shoot type guy, and then everything else came in. So with that, I said the Grizzlies didn't really do that much. Marcus Smart, how do you feel about him? And we'll go on to the next team.
like I said, I think that's a great guy to lead the ship for those 25 games.
Sorry, Dylan Brooks is who we lost.
Oh yeah,
Dylan Brooks.
they ain't want him back anyway. So
yeah. So
and just shut up, Dylan.
go ahead.
Yeah, I think like I said, him and D Rose, TC, him and D Rose, they have that veteran presence to right the ship until Ja gets back. Hopefully for their sake.
Now, one thing is that Memphis struggled to score, and Ja was their main person. So the reality is that they're going to need Bama to score, and then because Marcus Smart is not a natural scorer, D Rose is not really a scorer.
And we didn't talk about this the first Dallas in coaching. I think Dallas has a way better coach than the Grizzlies do. I think that's
You said way better?
way
You
better.
said Dallas has a way better?
You think J Kidd's way better than the Grizzlies coach?
Sir, yes, sir.
I don't know.
Grizzlies
if
coach just won head coach of the year.
Hey, listen, you can win coach of the year, but I tell you 2 years prior, the first round when Memphis played Minnesota, the only reason they get out of that series because Minnesota's coach was horrible.
Yes.
Horrible. Memphis, they should have been bounced out of the first round these last past both seasons.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Coaching is not it for them.
Yeah. Now, I don't think coach is that bad. I don't think Jason Kidd's like a great master coach. I think he's a good coach. Very, very good coach. I don't know if the gap is that drastic, but he is better than the West End coach based on his experience as a coach and playing.
Right.
But I don't think it's drastic. But we're gonna see though.
Yeah, we will.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen the Grizzlies do good without Ja, like do amazing without Ja.
Yeah, they had Tyus Jones, the best backup point
Point
guard
guard
in the
NBA. So that plays a role. So that actually goes more to your statement there. Like it probably wasn't really the coaching. It was Tyus Jones, steady self. Yeah. So we're gonna see. Right?
Guys, we're gonna see you in the DMV, baby.
Facts. Next team we got is a San Antonio Spurs. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, it might as well.
Internationally known Spurs.
You know what I'm saying? It might as well be. You feel me?
Man, if Wembanyama don't do that with all of that mentorship he got with Tim Duncan, Boris Diaw, Tony Parker.
Hey, bro. The only thing that's gonna stop Wemby is health.
Facts.
For sure.
He could easily end up on this list we talk about where like Bama's
When healthy.
you know what I'm saying? But if he is healthy, Wemby gonna be a problem. In terms of additions this year, they got somebody, Cameron Payne. They got Reggie Bullock.
You gotta see this dancing ass nigga in San Antonio.
When did he get Devontae Graham?
Last year to the trade deadline.
Okay.
And they got City Sissoko through the draft.
What about my man? He was at what's his name last year?
Cedi Osman.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was there. So
That's
Cedi
wild. I
Osman
did not
signed
know
with
he
them.
got traded.
So free agency is still going on. Today is August 7th. A lot of players still have not been signed. Players that actually can help teams. So when we see Cedi Osman right now, that's an example of that because there's a lot of players who are signing that we're not even aware of because ESPN's not going to publicize it because they're not a big player.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the Dame trade. But yes, that's going to be a great addition. In terms of this team, they didn't really add no big free agents outside of that. I'm sure Cedi was because of teaching. He's 6'7", 6'8". He's going to space the floor out. He's a good veteran. They didn't lose no players that are meaningful.
And he's international.
That's the biggest one. And they have Pop coaching them. Where do you guys see the Spurs ending up in this division if everything breaks right in terms of health?
Everything breaks right in terms of health.
Yeah.
Right
Second
above
to
Houston?
last.
Yeah, right above Houston?
Second to last at the best.
Okay.
Second to last at the best.
So Houston's the next team we're going to go into. What will make Houston or them have the better season outside of health?
I would say for San Antonio, what they need Wemby to be, off rip, who he's projected to be, staying healthy. Keldon Johnson, I think, has to take a leap. Sohan, how you say it?
Yeah, Sohan.
He got to play a bigger role this year. And I'm not gonna lie, even hearing that they got Cedi Osman, that's a steal for San Antonio, a team like San Antonio.
And that helps all the small forwards they got. They got a lot of them.
Yup.
Yeah, him and Doug McDermott definitely gonna be the shooters. Another guy you didn't mention, but Zach Collins. We've been talking about Zach Collins since he came out of Gonzaga, bro.
He always hurt.
When are we gonna see this dude?
Hey, it goes back to your always hurt category.
Yeah.
But
sure.
if healthy, Sandro, I don't know how to say your name, but from Seton Hall, by 6'11", brother with all the tats. Him and no, the dude you just said now.
Oh, Zach Collins.
Zach Collins are gonna be that protecting
them forces.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play center when Wemby's playing 4. You feel
That's
me?
where it's tough. Like Rockets, they got some bucket getters on so many levels, but if San Antonio plays it right,
facts.
if San Antonio plays it right all around defensively, they can shut down most teams in the league.
And I think the Spurs are more likely to gel as a team in terms of like personality versus the Rockets, where it's like, it's gonna be tough, bro.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we're gonna transition. You have anything else with this team?
Hey, best of luck to y'all.
Hey, that's pretty much it. Hey, really, Wemby, please stay healthy.
Yeah, get him, Pop.
I'm begging you, please.
Pop's got 5 years. He's gonna get them right.
please. But transition to the Rockets.
Franchise like the Houston Rockets, you know what I mean?
Hey, it's classic. That's classic. And the Rockets, I mean, it's just so much. Hey, by the way, that's my new team. I haven't said it on a public platform yet.
Making public announcements.
Yeah.
You with the clap, they clapping cheeks. You with the cheeks clappers over there, bro.
Hey, so I have to make this announcement. You didn't let me finish. I'm a Rockets fan as long as Jalen Green makes a jump, and not in that kind of way, plays defense, and doesn't get caught doing any more suspect stuff. And I'm even going to go this far. There's a chance, based on how this year goes, that Jalen Green will be changed from the main star player or the main cornerstone player to possibly a trade asset. If Jalen Green can't show something this year, I best believe that they might use him as a trade piece in the next 2 years.
Makes sense.
Easily, with all the talent they got, bro.
Easily. And he's 1 year. He's a year away from his contract.
1 year away. 1 year away.
All the money they just spent on the free agents they got.
1 year away. And when you look at this list, we're gonna go through each player, each person. So they got Uncle Jeff Green, recent champion.
Hey.
You already know. You know what I'm saying? 6'8", bringing all kinds of mentorship if they listen. Jeff Green tends to be like a chill guy, so I don't know how aggressive he's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? In teaching them or guiding them, but he's a great addition. I'm going down. Aaron Holiday. I don't know that he signed with them, but Aaron Holiday, 6-foot guard, does everything. A great steady point guard. Now, Dylan Brooks.
Shut the fuck up, Dylan. Just play basketball.
You know what's crazy? Dylan Brooks and the Memphis Grizzlies said they had a disagreement about his role. He said he wanted more touches. He said he felt like he should be a second option. With that comment being said, he made that comment with the Rockets now. Based on what we just said about all the players, because we have Jalen Green, we have Men Thompson, we have, what's your man's name? Van Lee. We have Kevin Porter Jr., we have Jabari Smith Jr., we have Alfred Şengün.
Yo.
How the hell? This team has more people who are worthy of shooting the ball than the Grizzlies do.
Did you say Jabari Smith?
Yeah. He's the one I didn't say because Dylan has the right to take more shots than him. But everybody else, no. Now, Amen and Kevin Porter, only because they're young, I'm not giving the ball to Dylan Brooks over Kevin Porter.
I was about to say, that's what I think midway through the season we're going to start to see a shift. Like probably early in the season, Dylan Brooks is going to be jacking up a lot of shots. But once they start getting their reps in, that's when I feel like, okay, we're going to start seeing that shift to where he gets less shots. They stop giving him the ball because they start realizing what it is.
But that's the problem, though. These are young niggas.
Yeah.
These ain't no, like you see the Rockets, the Spurs always said that they like drafting international players because international people come with a certain mindset, a certain sense of community, a certain sense of growing together versus these Americanized niggas who is me.
I was just about to say the we instead of the me.
Yes.
Type player.
You know what I'm saying? And Amen Thompson, the Rockets should be thanking the good guys, the basketball guys, that they got a player that's 6'7", with Jaws athleticism that plays all around and plays defense and rebounds like a big. Like he was blocking big man shots down low. So only because he plays all around, that's one less person that Dylan got worried about that's gonna have the ball all the time. But I'm like, bro, even Jayshawn Tate is a good passer. And he's a good 3-and-D player. And Alfred Sengun is like a baby Jokic. So the question becomes like, is it even realistic for them? They're gonna need niggas to get hurt.
I was gonna say that's a lot of touches, and you saw the problems this caused for the Warriors.
These guys had
having too many players to play.
Facts, and that's a great point. Because in the video we did, we talked about how the Warriors, Steve Kerr, for the first time this year, he had to manage egos and touches. Mm-hmm. The other years he was blessed by injuries and some players being rookies. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, where do y'all see the Rockets finishing?
Well, you just said realistically, the bottom of the barrel.
The last at best.
Not hypothetically, optimistically.
Mm-hmm.
How many teams you got in the division? Five.
Five.
Damn, I want to say 4. Optimistically 4. Like, damn.
Now let me ask you a question. If everybody says healthy and chemistry hits, how good can they be?
In terms, what's your timeline?
No, this year.
This year.
Where can they be?
10th seed?
Because you already know, like, Zion, who we will talk about next, ain't gonna be healthy. It's sad. It even hurts me right now saying that. Like, I feel my body coming down. But it's like, yeah, bro.
I say if everything was right, 10th seed, you get a chance to play in. 10th seed, you get a chance to play in.
I'm not gonna lie, I got them at 13th in the West or 12th in the West at best.
Hot take right now. If this team hits, they're better than the Grizzlies to me. Clearly, if they gel, that's it. Because to get 8 players, 9 players at that time to gel, your outcome is going to be high. Because one, you don't have to worry about people wasting energy on offense, and everybody's going to play defense. And you got switchable players to every position. Like, imagine having 6'7" Amen Thompson, and then 6'11" Jabari Smith is 6'11", and Sengun grew to 6'11" now.
Yeah.
And then you got Tyrese Easton 6'9", or you got Kevin Porter 6'5", or you got Dylan Brooks 6'7" out there. If they find the cohesiveness defensively, which is why Ime's there, that's the key part. If Ime can bring them together, they're more talented than the Grizzlies right now without Ja.
Baby Drake is not a tall guy, but he plays defense.
Plays defense.
And
he plays off the ball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
he has that personality, that type that it takes to win.
Yes, bro. Yes. So that's why I believe if everything hits, they have you good with that. They have all the things in place for a good team.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the Grizzlies can't. I don't know if y'all watched the Grizzlies and the Rockets play last year. 4 games. Every game was close. Mm-hmm. And the reason I watched that game is because of all the talent. That's why those are the type of games I watch.
Yeah.
The Thunder played the Rockets. Orlando played the Rockets. Grizzlies played the Pistons. These are the games where, like, you're looking at 4 or 5 possible all-stars on both sides. And the Rockets were close every game, other than the ball movement, or they didn't have somebody to score at certain points.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Since you hit me with the news that Rockets your new team, hey, Timberwolves, y'all niggas done, son.
Good.
Okay, see how with y'all, Slam.
Hey, I can understand it. I can understand it. Trust me, I can understand it. He's gonna be mad if Ant turned out to be a top 5 player.
Hey, listen. Ant's my man, but the bitch ass nigga Cat and that bitch ass nigga go Burt, bro. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I could dig that. I could definitely dig that.
Ain't that bitch ass coach I got?
Good. Who is their coach?
It don't even matter.
Yeah,
nigga, that nigga trash.
I don't know who the coach is.
The nigga that what's his name? Gobbert punched Kyle Anderson. Out there and watch Gobbert punch Kyle Anderson.
Hey, this nigga 7'2", bro. I was still there watching niggas punch this nigga too. Fuck that shit.
Hey, go ahead.
Nigga ain't even try to hold him back.
Nothing.
Hey, he ain't Jeff Van Gunny, my nigga.
And I ain't gonna lie, all he did was punch Cuz in the chest.
That's what he did. Spike punch.
Punch him in the arm. Tap him.
Yeah, and then with that being said, the team that's supposed to win the division, but, injury.
Zion.
Yeah, really Zion.
Zion, that's all.
And here's the other thing. Brandon Ingram has been hurt every year. He's been with them for at least 30, 40 games.
Yeah.
Sure. Zion's the one they need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ain't going to let Zion get all the blame. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. But Zion, you the main person. With that being said, we are
They could make it far though without Brandon Ingram.
Without
With
Brandon
Zion.
Ingram, but not with Zion. Yeah, so because Zion was number 1 seed with Ingram, they were a 10 seed, and then they get in. They lost to Shea, your team. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Let's see who's new additions. They didn't really add anybody because they don't need to add anybody.
Cody Zeller.
Jordan Hawkins, the biggest from the DMV, national champion. You know
Shooter.
what I'm saying? Shooter, dead eye from everywhere. I love the way he shoots, the way he plays the game. But that's it.
I ain't gonna lie.
They
Their
got a rookie
best.
from Ohio State. EJ Liddell.
No, EJ Liddell came last year and tore his ACL. So this is his first year playing.
Okay.
But he tore his ACL, I think, in training camp or before the summer league started last year. So this is officially his rookie year, but
Okay, respect.
his second year. But yeah, so you see they didn't make no change because they already had too many players.
No, for sure.
CJ need to go.
Facts.
CJ needs to go.
And I don't know if y'all peeped, but they made a great move with Herb Jones this year. The offseason with his contract.
Yes.
Got him for like a 4-year, 60 or 57 mil, 56 mil.
Yes.
Something crazy for a player of that caliber.
It's a bargain.
And here's the thing. It's a message. Herb Jones is a very, 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 very frugal, down-to-earth dude. They said these Bama's had an all season, and he asked CJ and everybody, like, what should we do? Because they said he stays in the gym. They said all he wears is Pelicans paraphernalia. He don't buy clothes. He don't buy jewelry. He wears whatever the team gives him. He eats only the team meals at the facility. He don't buy meals. They said all his money he saves. They said the only thing he did was he went fishing, went to sleep, and came back to the facility.
I ain't gonna hold you. His name Herb Jones. That's an old school ass name, bro.
Yes, and that too. And his mindset, the way he plays, everything. So that's why they got him a bargain, because he ain't no type of dude that's trying to like squeeze every penny.
Yeah.
He like 60 million. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna
Motherfuckers who came here.
say generations, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I saw the episode with Gilbert podcast when he said, would you take James Harden's career of $300 million, $500 million, or take Robert Horry and get seven rings, but have only $50 million? And Gilbert was losing his mind saying 300, 400. I can understand that. But when he was like, Robert Horry made $50 million, that goes back to financial literacy and the problem with our society. He said, $50 million, you should be able to change your whole generation, your family and other families' lives with that.
No, for sure.
If you invest it properly. They said the richest person from the NBA in history was a dude who made a small salary in the 80s and then invested all his money into franchises. And now he's one of the richest athletes.
I forgot
The guy's name. Go look him up.
Yeah, he's a great businessman.
Great
That was-
businessman.
Great businessman.
What you just said right there just shows you Gilbert's character though, because even that time when he dropped 60 on Kobe
Yes.
and his coach asked him about it, he didn't even care about the win. He cared that he dropped 60 on Kobe,
Yes.
whatever the number was.
Yes.
So
Yes.
It was 60. But come on, man, it was Kobe.
Yes. And like I said, I can understand wanting to get the money, but it's still kind of like, there has to be some kind of balance. Because obviously, yeah, when you leave, the championship ball gets auctioned most of the time. The rings get auctioned. Your memory, you know what I'm saying? People don't remember you unless you was really that guy.
And that's what I was just about to say. Forget the money. Who career would you rather have? Robert Horry or James Harden?
Now,
I'm taking James Harden. I'm sorry.
It goes back to who you are as an individual and what you value.
Now I'll take another dude's career, but James Harden just has too many choke ups for me to be remembered that way. But I can feel you though. I feel you. I feel you. I definitely feel you. But this team, like I said, they didn't add nothing. They just need to stay healthy. There's really nothing else. There's no new addition. There's no trade they need to make. There's no free agent. There's no play they need to draft.
Matter of fact, hold up, bro. It is something they need to change.
What?
Strength and conditioning, team doctors,
Hey,
whoever
bro.
y'all
Hey,
niggas
bro.
out there,
Hey,
Slim,
bro.
change it.
Hey, bro. I got one for you. I got a story for you. When Zion was drafted, they were already aware of his injuries tendencies. You know what training staff they hired?
Which one?
The Suns. The whole Suns staff was brought the year Zion was drafted. Literally the same year. That's how ahead David Griffin was like, all right, his injuries was happening a lot and his size not natural.
No, for sure.
And they brought in that training staff. I remember paying attention to it because I was like,
That's your
damn.
man's.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, that's tight because David Griffin, he's thinking long term. Like, let's get.
Sure.
And if you don't know nothing about the Suns training staff, they got Steve Nash to play. Not Steve Nash, Grant Hill. Grant Hill couldn't play for like 8 years. He was
for sure.
in and out with injury after his first 5 years. He came there and played like a good 6 years at the end of his career.
Straight.
And playing consistent. Like he was guarding Kobe in series.
Holy shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On 37-year-old legs. 38-year-old legs. And it was Amari Stoudemire. They had him together. And then as soon as he went to Knicks, fell down. You can go through a list. Barbosa, all these different players. All these players had all kinds of injury concerns, and these players learned how to take care of their body through that staff. That same staff was brought here, and after 4 years of being with Zion, they're trying to tweak it a little bit. But my whole point is that this was as good as it could get.
I didn't even know that.
So that's why it's like, it's Zion.
Change comes down to the person.
And now, I'm even more disgusted with Zion after hearing the comments about like, he was like, yeah, it's hard. You saw him on Gilbert podcast?
No, I ain't watched the joint yet.
Only for the sake of this video, because it's the last person, and we already where we need to be. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this. But Zion basically was on Gilbert's podcast for like 10 minutes. And he mentioned, they asked him about eating, and he was like, yeah, you know, being a 22-year-old dude with all the money, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. And it was like, okay, I like the awareness, but it was like, bruh.
There are times when I will say it's hard. It's hard, man. Like 20, 22, a lot of money. You feel like all the money in the world, man. It is hard, but I'm at that point now where because of certain things, putting back like wisdom around me, much of
He said, I'm putting back wisdom. So it shows you Zion was a person that didn't like to listen to nobody.
No, for sure.
What you say earlier about like when people get the contract, they don't listen? What you say earlier?
Yeah, the Gary Coleman syndrome.
Gary Coleman syndrome. That's what he had. And I always kind of took the debate of Zion being a good kid and being, but that's all, you know, they all put him in front.
Yeah.
Man, like shit.
The reports that I hear about Zion is that like he's kind of stuck up, he's kind of egotistical. The fact that what's his name? JJ Redick came on ESPN during his first week on ESPN, came out and said about Zion.
Yeah.
That's not good media relations in terms of like fellow athletes.
No,
Athletes
for
don't
sure.
go on the talk show radio like that and throw a player like Zion's magnitude under the bus.
And for real, that Duke brotherhood should have been deeper than that. Pause.
It should have been. On top of the fact that CJ McCollum, the first thing he said was like, I ain't heard from Zion.
I was about to say the amount of times CJ's thrown him under the bus.
So when you take and then on top of that, CJ played like crap, but then said that, hey, next year we all got to make sure we do everything possible in terms of eating right, working out. It was like, dang,
Being on the court.
bruh. So everybody done throwing shots. Him and the organization went back and forth, and now it's clear to see that like Zion's a problem. His personality is not, you know what I'm saying? And even looking at him in his clip, bro, you fat.
He's straight, but my thing is, Gilbert and the PR people who are like, why the fuck is this nigga standing, bro? Why the
I
fuck
said
is
the
this nigga
same
standing?
thing. I was like,
bro?
bro, y'all just set this man up.
That looks stupid to me.
Bro.
You ain't got a mic so you can hear him clearly and none of that shit.
Everybody
He ends up sitting down through the interview. Eventually, he's gonna sit down. But you can tell like it's such a last second thing. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, yeah.
And, but he spoke for like 10 minutes. He talked about the Mariah Mills.
I ain't gonna hold you. Out of these four, Gilbert is staying, bro. These other three niggas, like, which one of y'all got to give him y'all seat, bro? To me, even though I'm a Carolina man, it's for Sean McCann's, bro. My man had Brandon Jennings dropped 55 on stuff, man. Rashad, you got to get your
I
ass
don't know
up,
if y'all
man.
listen to this show often, but McCann be having the worst takes the random times that I do listen to
He
it.
does. But here's the thing, though. I realized, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, he does. Right? Yeah, he does. Yeah. Nah, I just realized, like, it's probably best to say it off.
Yeah, we have our shit talk show. Just the audio.
But in this conversation, he talks about Mariah Mills. He talks about all these different things. And you start realizing, like, the female selection, like, you got this joint pregnant, and then you was hitting this. And it's like, bro, like, come on. And when LaMelo Ball did it, I'm like, I can see you. He was always a wild dude. I can see the TV show. Zion, I'm like, that's my fault for believing the facade.
Right there, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's unfortunate.
But I think, going back to it is what it is, I think Cam said it best. This man, growing up, he's probably, especially with the Mariah Mills situation.
But never got youngins.
Yeah, he's even though he's probably just like she's she's one of them entertainers.
Yeah.
He's probably rubbing his leg off her all these damn years, and he finally seen it in person. Like, man, let's see what's up.
Yes. But it's like you see the text messages. Like, one thing I try to do is talk to dudes about texting and how you text a girl and what you say and what you don't say. And it's just like, wow, bro.
Speaking of text messages,
Yeah.
your boy Dwight Howard. Did y'all see that shit?
What he
No.
do?
Yo.
No, we talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But, yeah. Let's bring this to a close. Zion, the Pelicans go as far as Zion. Zion stops eating, works out, stays healthy, he'll probably be healthy.
No, for sure.
But he likes eating, he likes busting gallons. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say pause.
No, for sure.
I ain't gonna say no pause.
No, for sure.
You can tell, like the way these females describing him, knowing the athlete, Zion is even going back to Duke when he's get caught up with youngins. You remember those pictures, those videos? You seen them? Zion's very careless, and you can tell like he don't balance semen retention. He's probably fucking before games. I mean, having sex before games. You know what I'm saying? Not going out there with the best energy. Because the bubble year, when he came back and played in the bubble, I was like, what the hell's wrong with this?
He regressed.
I was like, I'm looking at him like, he looks so slow and it's just like, bruh. So now it all makes sense now.
Him in the bubble, a man like that, yeah.
The injuries, the food, the weight problem, it all
He
makes
ain't been
sense.
the same since he busted all them damn shoes.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. So with that being said, it's pretty obvious the Pelicans go as far as Zion goes. If he's healthy, they're in 1 seed like they was. Top 10, at least top 3 in the whole NBA. 4 maybe. People arguing and say the Pelicans aren't that good. I'm like, shit, you don't pay attention.
Hey, regardless, top 5, top 4 with Zion and the whole team healthy.
And they were literally a number 1 seed in the same Western Conference with Jokic, LeBron, and all these teams with 30, 40 games into the season. It wasn't like it was 5 games. It was 40 into the season, bro.
They were number 1.
30, I'm sorry, 30.
Zion was a top 3 MVP candidate.
Come on, bro. So, other than that said, nothing else to say. Hey, normally we say make sure everybody eats, B. But Zion, you might have to chill on the eating, bro. You might have to chill. And the females. They got all of it.
We might have to change that. Like everybody eats B except Zion.
Except Zion. Everybody eats B. Make sure you like, subscribe. Everybody eats except Zion. I'm sorry, bro. I love you, bro. I love you. No pause. But yeah, it's going too far, bro. Make sure everybody eats B except you, Zion.
Everybody eats, B.